Hi there, it's Claire Paris with the Paris Group Realty LLC in Portland, Oregon. And today on our Ask an Expert series, we are talking to PJ with Clever Duck Inspections, and I've got some rapid fire questions for you.
All right.
You ready?
I'll do my best.
All right. So, when should I get a home inspection?
You definitely want a home inspection when you're buying a house. Any house you're going to buy, you want to know everything you can about it. Whether that's new construction, an older house, a condo, it's always a good idea to have a home inspection.
Ooh. How about, what if I'm a contractor and I know everything there is to know about properties?
Even if you're a contractor, it's a good idea to have a home inspection because our job is to be a generalist. We know as much as we can about every system of a house. A contractor is always going to be specialized. They're going to know about framing, or they're going to know about electrical or plumbing. Our job is to know about a broad swath of things about a house.
And do you do radon tests?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you do oil tank tests?
Yes.
Do you do sewer tests?
Yes. We also do mold testing. We'll test for asbestos. We'll test for lead paint.
Cool. Will you look at my barn?
Absolutely.
How about my ADU?
Certainly.
Should I be there for the home inspection?
It's always a good idea to be there for the home inspection. If you're not able to be there, it's a good idea to do a post-inspection Zoom call or have some way to communicate with your home inspector after the inspection so that you can ask questions and get an idea and just speak to a person about how it went. But it's always best to do a walkthrough with the inspector if you can.
Do you always give me a written report?
100% of the time, yes, with pictures and videos and lots of images.
Do I get to talk to you about the inspection before the inspection?
Yes. I'm always happy to answer any specific questions you have about the house, or if there's anything you're particularly concerned about, I would love to know about it so I can take an extra close look at that thing.
Do you look at permits?
We don't really look at permits. The purpose of a home inspection is to find out if the home is safe and livable and appropriate for people to be living in. And for an older house, all of the code and the permitting is going to be different than it would be for new construction. So if something is directly related to the safety and livability of that house, I'm going to tell you about it. But I'm not going to be pulling old permits and looking up the permitting of every piece of work that was done on the house.
But you will tell me if things aren't currently up to code.
Yeah, code is always going to be different depending on the year of the house. So we don't really look at whether things are grandfathered in or not. We're looking at safety and livability primarily. But if there's something, there's an old adage, code is written in blood. The reason that code exists is because of safety. So we want to make sure that everything is safe, so we do know about code. But we're not going to say this isn't in alignment with A, B, and C of the current building code.
What questions should I ask my home inspector?
Great question. Anything that you are concerned about. So if you want to know how old your appliances are, we can find out for you. If you want to know how well insulated the house is, we can find that out for you. If you want to know, is this going to be an expensive house to run or not, we can give you an idea of how efficient the appliances are and how good the insulation is, and kind of a ballpark idea of what that might look like. Basically, anything you're curious about your house, we should be able to give you an answer or help you find an answer.
So what is checked during a home inspection?
We'll check all of the major systems of a house. So we'll check the envelope, that's made up of the roof and the siding and the foundation. We're going to check the HVAC, the heating and air conditioning systems, any humidification system, any ventilation system, we'll check those. We'll check the plumbing, the electrical, and the major appliances that are attached to the house. And we'll give a once-over to the envelope of the house inside. We're not checking for cosmetic things, so we're not going to say, this paint color is horrible or something like that. But if it's related to the working of the house. If there's chipped paint on the outside, we're going to tell you about that because that's protecting the wood on the outside of the house. Things like that. Long story short, a good inspection should cover basically everything that could affect the livability or well-being of the house you're going to buy.
Do you check the washer and dryer?
That is not an official part of a home inspection in Portland, Oregon. I'll tell you, I bring a towel. I run a towel through the washer and dryer when I do a home inspection, just because if I were buying a house, I'd want to know. But it's not, it's not an official part of an Oregon home inspection, no.
How long does an inspection take?
An inspection usually takes around 2 to 4 hours, depending on the size of the home, the age of the home, and the complexity of everything that's involved.
And how much does a home inspection cost?
A home inspection starts around $400, $425, and then goes up depending on the age of the house. Older houses are going to cost a little more, and larger houses are going to cost a little more. There'll be an additional charge for exterior units, like a exterior garage or an ADU.
I think that's it for our rapid fire questions today. Thanks so much for joining us. This again is PJ with Clever Duck Inspections. Thanks so much for spending time with us today, PJ.
Thank you.
If we're trying to get a hold of you, how do we contact you?
Best way to get in touch with me is you can go on my website and contact me there. You can give me a call at 503-383-1891 or scheduling online 24/7 at www.cleverduckinspections.com.
Thanks again, PJ. And of course, Claire Paris here with our Ask an Expert series. I appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time.